and my privilege to introduce to us the Honorable Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take a lot of time because most of what I could tell you, you've already learned. You would not be here, but for the fact that you've shown interest and you understand what happens at ACTS. And I'm here because I want to tell you a little bit of the story about what Sharon and what Jeannie has done. I want to tell you when I first met them how they indicated they had hope, but they didn't know where they were going to be able to get a place like this to be able to do their work. I was so excited and impressed by the fact that they were committed, however, to the proposition that something had to be done. And they recognized that with Alzheimer's in this country, even those resources that are being expended are not in our community. And so they understand what caregiving is all about. And even now, as we struggle in the Congress of the United States, we're struggling for caregivers to be given the kind of resources that are so desperately needed in order to care for those who are the victims of Alzheimer's. I want you to know when I heard stories about their mother and the way that they talked about the care that they were given to her and what it had done for them, helping them to understand what the needs are, not only what they were seeing with their mother, but with so many families across this country. And we've since learned that there are some young people who are still millennials who are taking care of two parents. Yeah. We've heard about those who have had to quit their jobs. Yeah. Yes. We've heard about those who sought help in so many ways, but it has not been there. But I want you to know that these two women not only are committed to the proposition that we can do better, they have shown what is possible. Yeah. Not only are they creating a network of people to work together, a network of people, many of whom have been isolated, doing everything that they could do for their parents and their relatives, but now they have friends and people that they can talk to, and they have a supply room back there where they can get some of the things that they need, yes, that they need so desperately that they've not been able to have. Yes. So we met for the first time in Inglewood. And I listened, I've watched, I've worked, I've talked, and I'm focused on caregiver resources that we're desperately trying to develop more of. But meanwhile, Sharon and Jeannie said they needed some place to work out of. They said, well, how are we going to get this place? I said, well, you got to get with, a realtor. You got to get with people who understand what you're doing. And maybe you can get somebody to contribute a location. But if you can't, then you got to raise money in order to be able to pay for a space to work out of. They listen. Now, I don't know what all they did to get all of this. But they did it. They must have made believers out of some. And I know with the intensity that is exhibited by her and her sister, that they do make believers out of people. Yes. And as they took me through this wonderful place that they have created, and they showed me all of the brochures, and some of them, I said, yeah. Yeah. They want to educate people. Yes. They want people to know what this is all about. And I want to tell you, I was looking for the numbers here, but if we don't get a handle on prevention, yes, and care, this country will not be able to afford anything for Alzheimer's. The cost of it is just exploding day by day. Yes. And so this kind of work is important to my kind of work. We are in competition in the Congress of the United States. We're all vying for all of those things that we believe in and what we're trying to do in all the communities. And it's not easy. It's going to get a little bit harder because we're not going to have the majority in the House, but the Senate is there. And the tiebreaker is Kamala. And she's going to break every tie she can possibly break to put something on the president's desk. On the president's desk, I want money for caregivers. I want money for caregivers. This is so very important. And so I want to thank you, and I know you have all of this beautiful art, all of this framing, but where's my little thing? I'm always, you know what we're going to do? We're going to develop a larger one. This is not large enough.
All right.
Wow.
This is our certificate
Wow,
of
thank you.
special recognition that's presented to you. I don't have my glasses, but it's on the occasion of the open house for your brand new home in Los Angeles and in recognition of the important work being done by founders Jeannie Harris and Sharon Melicorn. Give them a big round. Many champions to provide encouragement, educational resources, emotional support, and a safe place for dementia caregivers who share their frustrations, questions, and concerns as the support providers for their loved ones. I extend my congratulations and best wishes for your continued success in service to others.
All right.
And so let me just kind of wrap it up without going into a lot of the detail about all of the research that is being done. All of the money basically is going into research, but at some time we've got to take whatever we're learning and put it to use. I hear about different things that's happening in the laboratories, but I don't see it being implemented in any way. And I just want to say this as a word of caution. If we get some legitimate identification of those who are doing the best research, we need to have some volunteers who are willing to be involved in the testing and in what we need to do. We have, you know, some concerns historically. And so that has kept us even, it was slower for us to get our shots for COVID and all of that. So wait a minute, who is this? What are they trying to do? Are we being targeted? Well, we've been fighting that for a long time. And we had to step out on COVID because the deaths were unheard of in the beginning. In the nursing home, they had so many people who were dying that the National Guard had to come in and try and manage it in these nursing homes. So we fought hard, and we've done very good. We've done well, and we can do well, and we can do better with Alzheimer's. And so when the time comes, and when we bring you to some people we feel very comfortable with doing research, we want to know if we can help to get some people to be involved in the research as volunteers so that we can conquer Alzheimer's and dementia. Okay? Thank you all so very much. Thank you.
Thank you.